We'll be talking about the total loss of the ITF, Israeli Terrorist Forces, in Lebanon and also in Gaza combined in a second. But I also want to share with you something very, very important before I share the other news, which is the loss of ITF soldiers right now. Let's take a look at this one first. Al-Qassam brigades, as we know, is known as Hamas. And this is what is happening right now. In Gaza, they have stormed Israeli headquarters as northern Gaza faces unprecedented carnage. So what does it mean they have stormed Israeli headquarters? It basically means that this is a fortified area and it has cameras that are installed, can see 45-kilometer range. Means this is a huge and is a hugely guarded, well-protected area where you should not be going, let alone going and fighting there. But now it is not just getting broken in, but also it is getting stormed by none other than Hamas. Let's take a look at this report. Al-Qassam brigades, the military wing of the Palestinian resistance movement Hamas, announced on Tuesday evening a successful operation targeting the Israeli military's compound in center of northern Gaza. According to the brigades, their fighters launched an anti-fortification TBG shell at the headquarters near the Jabalia camp, killing and wounding Israeli soldiers. Now, killing and wounding Israeli soldiers, how many do you know? Well, guess what? There was two helicopters that landed right after this storm by Hamas into this building. Two helicopters. One helicopter, how many you can fit in? Dead bodies I'm talking about. How many? Let's say maybe 4 or 5. If we say 5, then 2 helicopters will carry how many dead bodies? 10. And how many times they have attacked these ITF forces? Hamas, how many times? Just once, and in just one day. So if you do the math, one day they have lost 10 soldiers. It could be, let's say, maybe less than that, 7, 5. But do you hear anything on mainstream media about this? Do you hear anything about it from ITF? No, not at all. They are lying. They are losing and they are lying, this diaper army. Following the strike, Al-Qassam forces engaged the Israeli troops in fierce combat using light and medium machine guns, ultimately inflicting further casualties. Again, more casualties, more death, more injury, but none of this are being reported. As part of this assault, the resistance fighters observed 2 Israeli evacuation helicopters landing at the site. Two Israeli helicopters, underscoring the extent of the damage dealt to the Israeli forces. This headquarters, equipped with advanced low-res cameras with a 45-kilometer range, has been central to Israel's operations in northern Gaza, where brutal violence against the Palestinian civilians has escalated dramatically. Now, 45-kilometer range, and they still fail to see Hamas coming and attacking them. This is something unbelievable. But guess what? It is happening. Hamas is being hugely successful in putting up this resistance from day one. But none of these things are being shown on mainstream media, especially on the Western medias. Why? Because this is a shame. The diaper army cannot simply win this battle, this oppression they're committing, this genocide. It is going to be absolutely a real pain for them in the rear end. Now, let's take a look at this particular news here. This monster got killed trying to kill babies in Gaza or maybe in Lebanon. So the death of an IDF major and deputy commander of Battalion 9308 of the Elon Brigade in Lebanon today brings the number of officially recognized Israeli soldiers killed since October 7 last year to 752. I do have a problem with that number. 752 is very much deflated number. The actual number, I could be wrong. It could be more, it could be less, but I believe it is at least 4,000. At least 4,000 Israeli soldiers got killed so far in just 1 year of this war. At least 4,000. We do not know what happened to those wounded soldiers who are coming back to the fake state of Israel. We do not know them. Nobody's following up on those soldiers. Nobody's keeping track of what is happening with the soldiers. Also take a look at this one. So Hezbollah's 140 missiles strike IDF base near Haifa. 4th Hermes UAV, 5 Markovas, 2 soldiers killed. This is something amazing. The Hermes or Hermes UAV, these are very, very sophisticated drones, unmanned, aerial vehicle. 4 of them got destroyed by Lebanese group Hezbollah. Can you imagine losing 4 of them in matter of less than a month? And to who? To Hezbollah. They do not have an air force. They do not have any fighter jet. Nevertheless, these unmanned aerial vehicles, they are big. They're big in size. They're very sophisticated. They're very advanced. The technology they use is very, very high. Nevertheless, it's getting destroyed. And they have Markovas tanks. They are becoming completely destroyed. And Gaza has become a burial place for these Markova tanks. And also now, Lebanon too. Now, take a look at this one. This guy is speaking the truth, and he's saying that Hamas cannot be defeated.
Hamas is stronger. That's just a fact. Hamas is stronger, even though we fought them, and I believed during that fighting and with our sacrifice and all the destruction that we wrought in Gaza that we had dealt them a decisive blow. But that was just not true. Is it possible?
So this is an IDF soldier confessing that Hamas cannot be defeated. I'm saying Hamas this time because somebody said, "Oh, when you say Hamas, I don't like it. Feels like you're spitting." Okay, so okay, Hamas. Okay, no problem. This IDF soldiers himself is admitting that, yeah, we cannot defeat Hamas. Now, the Zionists who are so proud of ITF, Israel Terrorist Forces, the Diaper Army, who says, "Oh, you know what? When I should tell you this, before Iran attacked, the retaliatory attack that came on October 1st, they were leaving comments on my channel, on this channel, asking me and mocking me, where is your retaliation? Where is your response? Where is Iran? Are they dying? What is happening?" And then October 1st came, all of the Zionist, keyboard warriors disappeared. Nobody talks about it anymore, So if you're one of those keyboard warriors for the Zionists, my question to you, what are you guys? Leave a comment. I want to see what you're saying now. So this IDF soldier himself is saying we are defeated. Hamas cannot be defeated. We are the one defeated. So Zionist supporters, keyboard warriors, whoever you are, this is for you. Your own soldier is admitting defeat on camera. Shame on you guys, coward people. And this is why they get so many sympathies. Like, take a look at this guy. So this came on CNN. CNN cares about the mental health of the ITF forces than the women and children who are getting slaughtered. So CNN published this report saying he got out of Gaza, but Gaza did not get out of him. Oh, Israeli soldiers returning from war struggle with trauma and suicide. Oh my God. This is pathetic. This is Western media for you guys. They have no value for Palestinian lives, but they care only for those who are committing this genocide. Yeah, this is what CNN, and we all know CNN, BBC, their hypocrisy and how biased and criminal they are. Now, who else is criminal? Of course, we all know the people sitting in power, especially in the states. They're committing this genocide. And when it comes to condemning this genocide, never do that. So before the election, before you go to the election, the polling station, I want you to remember this video from Kamala Harris.
President Biden has tried unsuccessfully to end the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. He's been doing it for months and months, along with you. Would you do anything differently? For example, would you withhold some U.S. weapons shipments to Israel? That's what a lot of people on the progressive left want you to do.
Let me be very clear. I'm unequivocal and unwavering in my commitment to Israel's defense and its ability to defend itself. And that's not going to change. But let's take a step back. October 7.
Okay, so whenever she's asked some real question, she goes back to October 7. Oh, let's take a step back. October 7. You're voting this lady, this hyena. One person actually posted on Facebook that Netanyahu has a choice now to vote, to elect this lady, hyena, I call her a vulture, eating the flesh and bones of the children and women in Gaza. And Netanyahu has another option, which is the Don the Khan. But this is who she is. If you're voting her, just remember this, that she doesn't she said, I'm not going to be, she did not say, I will ban supplying weapon to Israel. She did not say that when she was asked, will you do anything different? But nevertheless, guys, these shameless puppets, they never stop begging for votes. Take a look what she's saying to the Arab Americans.
So as I was saying, our Arab American community has deep and proud roots in the Detroit metro area, and I am very proud to have the support of Arab American leaders like Wayne County Deputy Executive Assad Turfi.
No, I mean, yeah, if you're an Arab American or Muslim in the States, citizen, you vote for her, that's up to you. But what I understand, and when I did my own polling on my channel, most of the people are not going to vote for you. Most of the Muslims are not going to vote for you. If you are a Muslim voting for her, whether you're Arab doesn't matter, non-Arab doesn't matter, as long as Muslim or even just a human being with some conscience, and you vote for this lady, you are complicit to genocide. Okay, I will go that far. But nevertheless, when Sinawar got killed, this is what she had to say. So another video just to remind you before you go to the polling station.
Today, Israel confirmed that Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, is dead, and justice has been served. And the United States, Israel, and the entire world are better off as a result.
Why she talks like this? Better off than I don't know. Why she does that? Number one. Number two, Sinawar is killed, so mission accomplished, and the world is a better place. What? The world is a safer place? Kamala? Are you sure? Like, we are in the middle of a genocide, lady. We're in the middle of a genocide, and you're saying that the world is in a safer place now? Like, as we speak, Israel is bombing the people of Gaza. In northern Israel, there is a carnage taking place. They're killing indiscriminately. They're killing, I mean, anyone is seen on the street of northern Israel at the moment will be killed. Do you know what does that mean? Means these people will be starved to death. They cannot go out for their necessities. They are locked up in their homes, and they are bombed with tanks and fighter jets. And she is saying, after Sinawar is killed, the world is a safer place. Shame on you. I mean, when I talk about these lunatics, these warmongers, I ran out of word. And I'm afraid that, I might say something so outrageous that that will not sit well with them, and they might do something to me. Even though I don't care. If they lock me up, I don't care. I'm pretty sure they have their eyes on me, but I don't care, because what the people of Gaza is going through is way more than you and I can go through. So yeah, lock all of us up in the jail. That's what you want to do? Lock the humanity? You have already locked us up. The humanity is in jail right now, serving sentence. And the war maniacs, the genocide maniacs, they're out. So yeah, I mean, I don't care. You lock me up. But when we talk about, guys, US and UK's involvement, do you know what we are really talking about? Al Jazeera has done a good job. Take a look at what this gentleman is saying here about UK and US's participation in this genocide.
Evidence unearthed by Al Jazeera uses open source flight data to show the scale of American and British involvement in Israel's war on Gaza and now Lebanon. The data shows more than 6,000 military flights in a year, including hundreds of transport missions ferrying arms to Israel. Israel flew only 20% of the 1,600 reconnaissance flights recorded, whereas the UK accounted for nearly half, using its Shadow R1 surveillance aircraft, which provided intelligence on ground movements in Gaza. The UK sent Israel targeting data amassed during 645 flights. The report reveals the extent of the weapons air bridge built for Israel. More than 1,200 military cargo flights made up the airlift over a year. Several bases in Europe were used, with hundreds of flights from each, from the UK, Germany, Italy, Cyprus and Greece. It is this air bridge, together with a vast number of surveillance flights and air-to-air refueling, that has sustained Israel's brutal war on Gaza. And
Of
helped
course.
expand its operations into southern Lebanon.
Of course, the West is responsible, and this is my final, what should I say, opinion for today, which is that this war is not just between the people of Gaza and Palestine. I mean, obviously, sorry, Gaza and Israel. And this is not a war or a conflict. This is genocide. But this genocide is being committed directly by US, by the Western countries, including UK, Italy, US, Canada, and Australia, and all, New Zealand, all of these countries. So these politicians, these corrupt, these degenerate politicians, corrupt leaders, must be held accountable and must be brought to justice, because we cannot just keep quiet and let it go, because if we do so, then humanity dies right with us. Thank you so much, Joe, for joining.